Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the new moon in Virgo that will be happening on September the 21st. And I wanted to talk about this because I've been studying astrology and I've really turned up the lever in going deeper into astrology with certain education that I've been gaining in the astrology school that I've been in. And so I really want to talk about Virgo energy. Because I think it can be helpful in this moment of a new moon, which represents new beginnings. And new beginnings, as beautiful as they are, oftentimes it also means that some things have to end. And that can be a challenge too. Even though there can be new beginnings that are coming, endings can be challenging, change can be difficult. But we're going to talk about the new moon, and we're also going to talk about Virgo energy. So, let's do that. Let's just jump right in. So Virgo energy, Virgo is ruled by the planet of Mercury. Ruled by the planet of Mercury. Mercury, as a planet, is rules Gemini as well as Virgo. And what Mercury wants is to learn, but for different purposes. When Gemini, it learns and it wants to learn and then share through communication of possibly talking, whereas Virgo wants to learn and wants to do this from a place of knowing and understanding or knowing the details in order to be able to be of service or to be of help. Um, so Mercury energy is very intelligent because it's all about learning. And so that Virgo energy is one that presents with knowledge and knowing and intelligence. So that is the planet that rules Virgo. Virgo also is an earth sign. It is an earth sign, which means it is feminine in its way of functioning. At its highest, it's functioning from femininity, from a feminine aspect. Um, and it also is an mutable, it is also mutable. To be mutable means that it is able to change easily. It's adaptable. So new moon in Virgo, depending on where Virgo is within where you carry this Virgo energy more, it may be easier to adjust, to change, to adapt to the changes that come up with new beginnings. And I think that it's even more helpful for Virgo energy when it has an understanding of how this can be helpful. So really listening to and understanding where in your life you have that Virgo energy, where that can be more helpful to you, and having that clear understanding. So, what else can I say about Virgo? Virgo is wanting to be of service. It is wanting to know and understand and learn. So it wants to learn so that it can be of service and can be helpful uh, to those that it serves. And it does this by analyzing. A mantra that goes well with Virgo is I analyze. So the purpose of analyzing, the purpose of understanding is to know how things work. And so this means that Virgo energy can be very detailed, paying attention to the details to make sure things function correctly and to make sure it functions correctly so it can be of help and can be of use in the tangible world. And so this is a strong quality to have, to be one, to be of service, to be of help, and to want to know how to do something for the bigger purpose of being of help. Virgo energy can be um, introverted in some ways because when we talk about feminine energy, it is going within to do and develop and do what it does and to function at its highest. So if it's going internally, it's more reflective. More reflective. In order to analyze, you do have to go within and get understanding so that you can present this outwardly. Once you've gotten that understanding and know how things work, then you can do something with it in a structured and a skilled way. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes so I can make sure I touch on every part that I want to talk about with Virgo energy. Uh, Other things that Virgo represent are health and wellness, and also routines. So Virgo energy is more about what we do in our day to day, in our routines every day. So to learn something, to analyze something, this is a part of the day to day and how a person would be with Virgo energy. And so we talk about our routines. This can be very important. We'll talk about why this is so important and where could apply for all of us. Um, so those are some of the high points of Virgo. Virgo's intelligent. Virgo is knowledgeable, is skilled. It is detail oriented. It wants to be of service. And it's someone, usually if you want to get something done, you can look to someone with Virgo energy to make sure things are going to get done, but not just done, they're going to make sure things are done correctly. Um, and so that's when we're talking about the high element, the high functioning of Virgo. Some of the things that Virgo could be more aware of is when we analyze or overanalyze or overanalyze for the purposes of making something function correctly, then we could also get to the point of being a perfectionist, and this can bring about judgment. It could also bring about being critical to other people, but oftentimes when someone is critical to others, there's also some ways of being critical of oneself within. So needing to be so perfect that you become critical of yourself, needing things to be so perfect that you become critical of other people. And so I think one of the things to really hone in on this is to remember the bigger goal of being of service. The whole point of wanting to know is not to get to the point of judging yourself or judging other people if it's not perfect, but to remember the bigger goal is to be of help and to be of service. So to remember that in the midst of judging yourself or being critical of yourself, is this something that's really healthy? To be critical of how other people are doing things, to the degree, is it getting in the way of the ultimate goal of being of service, of being a help in some way? One of the things, though, that I found really interesting and actually pretty beautiful about Virgo energy is when you think about the symbol that represents Virgo, it's represented by the Virgin. And a virgin doesn't mean that it's someone who's, uh, you know, has not had sex. This is more talking about what else does a virgin represent. And a virgin represents purity. And with Virgo energy, what I think is such a great quality is that when a Virgo is wanting to help, is wanting to serve, it's coming from a place of purity, of authenticity. It's coming from a good place, not to gain or to manipulate. It's coming from this place of authentically and purely wanting to be of help. And I think this is such a beautiful quality that everyone does not carry, so naturally. Um, so this is also a big part to really think of in the midst of being of service or thinking about, your day-to-day routines or ways that you're helping other people is to remember, even if things aren't going perfect, to remember this pure intention of just being someone who wants to help. It's a beautiful quality to be that's admirable, and to really, recognize that beauty in yourself if that's something that you carry. Because there are so many people who need support and help in the world, especially today. And though we're not here, we can't necessarily help every need of a person, but anything that we do for someone, if we're doing it from a place of pureness, and I associate that with love, then I think that this is something that people will feel, and it's more about the energy that we bring into what we're doing than the perfection of it, how we do it. And then also, I really do think that um, when we're thinking about being of service, we think about serving other people, and this is important, but there's also the importance of health and wellness, right? And this is talking about health and wellness for others, but also being well to yourself and to be of service to self, and also to remember to be of service to self from a pure heart, knowing that you deserve goodness too, and that you're able to give yourself this goodness because when you do that and you serve yourself and care for yourself and nurture yourself, particularly your health and your well-being, that then that radiates out to other people. And you're able to do it from a full cup. You're able to do it and not be exhausted. So it's about the balance of it. Yes, there's service to other people, and that's beautiful. But then there's the first thing that is service to self, so that you can be of that pure intention without being exhausted. And so that's what I wanted to mention to you about Virgo energy. Let me know if that resonates with you at all. And I would like to give a few affirmations that I think could be helpful. I really like affirmations. I think the biggest importance about affirmation is to really feel the affirmation, the emotion that you're bringing to that affirmation, and to envision it too in your mind. Because what we think and what we connect to emotionally in our heart is really how we create. Um, and so I want to give 3 affirmations that we can hold with us, hold on to it if it's helpful. If you feel like there's another way that you could say it that really resonates with you, then that's going to be even more powerful. So we can close our eyes and take a breath, deep breath into through your nose, and exhale. And you can repeat this within your mind or out loud. I am a servant of love. We're going to say it 3 times and then we're going to breathe. I am a servant of love. I am a servant of love. I am a servant of love. Breathe in and exhale. I give to myself sincerely so I can support other people from a good heart. I give to myself sincerely so I can serve other people with a good heart. I give to myself sincerely so I can serve other people with a good heart. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in one more time and exhale. I am healthy and whole. I am healthy and whole. I am healthy and whole. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Thank you for being with me in this video today. I pray that the rest of your day, your evening, your morning is one where you remember to serve yourself so that you can be of better support and help within the world. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.